guys. Who didn't think Friday was going to be the #1 hood movie of all time? I know these lists usually go backwards 10 to 1 so they can build suspense on, oh my God, who's going to be #1? But in this case, top 10 hood movies of all time, I feel like we all should be in an agreement that it's Friday. Yeah, there's been a lot of great hood movies over the time, but most hood movies just are PSAs like, oh my God, the hood's so fucking scary. You're going to get robbed, raped, and killed. But Friday wasn't like that. Yeah, they had some gangster shit going on. Yeah, they had some shootouts. They had some drug dealing. They had some violence. But the movie wasn't centered just around that like most hood movies are. Most hood movies are just about the negative shit that happened in the hood. And if you ain't from the hood and you watch most hood movies, you're going to be like, shit, I ain't never going there. I'm never driving through any hood ever. Why the fuck do people live in the hood? But when you watch movies like Friday, you like, oh, there's normal ass people that live in the hood. And that's why I think this is the #1 hood movie, because this is just about hood life in general. Yeah, you might go through some bullshit. Yeah, you might see some shit. Yeah, you might go through some shit. But it ain't all about that negative shit. This movie was for everybody. We've all been cussed out by our parents for eating up everything in the refrigerator. We've all had them pull us in the bathroom while taking the shit. We've all experienced everything that Craig went through on this particular Friday. We've all had the neighborhood bully, the neighborhood pastor, the neighborhood hoe. We've all experienced this movie in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like it's not even debatable that Friday is the #1 hood movie of all time. It's synonymous with hood shit. I feel like there's going to be hella people that don't agree with this being #2. They're either going to be like, I never heard of this movie before in my fucking life. Or they're going to be like, why is this so high on the list? And if you don't understand why this is so high on the list, you need to rewatch this movie. It's hands down the smartest hood movie of all time. This little motherfucking Fresh right here, the whole movie is about him playing chess. His dad is Samuel Jackson, and he goes to the chess park and he plays chess, and Samuel Jackson teaches him life lessons while playing chess. You got to move like chess. You got to be 3 steps ahead of your opponents at all time. And this little motherfucker take this shit to heart and takes out every drug dealer in the hood. Like, anybody that gets in his fucking way, they're either dead or in fucking jail right now. This dude, Fresh, was the coldest hood movie protagonist of all time. I don't want to hear nothing. Honestly, I wanted to make this #1, but Friday is just Friday. If Friday never happened, if Friday was never a movie, this would hands down be #1. No movie is touching this movie. You could argue with me. We could talk about it in the comment section. But for right now, this is #2. Like, period. This is hands down the smartest hood movie. One of the smartest movies I've ever seen, period. This dude was lightweight a genius. He was a genius in the hood, and opponents, what's that? He got rid of all the ops. Fresh, #2. Don't debate me.
We should. I mean, if we gotta throw some heads, that might be better.
#3.
Oh man, them fools
Boys in the Hood.
They're just showing out and shit.
Oh God, Ricky, you ain't deserve this, bro. You ain't deserve this, bro. I swear to God, man. Every time I see this, I get sad. I don't look at Doughboy, man, going to save his brother, but it was too late. It was too late. Oh my God, man, this scene has hit all of us because we just, if you grew up in the hood, you lost to somebody to fucking gun violence. You lost at least one person to gun violence. So when you see scenes like this shit hit you in a real fucking special place. It literally fucking hurts watching Ricky run away and dying. I know this movie, there's a lot of messages in this movie, there's a lot of positivity in this movie, there's a lot of things you can learn from this movie, but the one thing we take away from this movie is Ricky! Ricky was supposed to make it out the hood. He was gonna make it, and then this little hating motherfucker shot him twice. I got a problem with this shotgun. This is a Call of Duty shotgun. Why the fuck this shotgun had that much goddamn range? That's impossible. Ricky should not have went out like that with no goddamn sawed-off shotgun. Look at the hole they put in him. He was like 100 feet away. Oh my God. I can't even watch this scene without. Look at Morris Chestnut. Look at young, fresh-faced Morris, man, before the goatee and bald head.
It's over. Everything's
If you don't watch this movie and hate Bishop, but at the same time love Tupac as an actor, you are dead inside. Something's wrong with you. This is genius. He's a genius. It makes me so sad that Tupac is dead because, like, the potential this cat had. He would at least had an Oscar by now. At least. Everybody did a bang-up job in this movie. This movie was fucking amazing about the 4 teenager boys dealing with peer pressure and the trials and tribulations of the hood. And then they got this crazy-ass motherfucker that was just knocking them off one by one. Tupac deserved the Oscar for this movie. This is one of the greatest fucking movies, hood movie or not. Fucking Juice, number 4.
I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And you less of a man than me, so as soon as I decide that you ain't gonna be shit, so be it. You remember that, motherfucker.
In the new Jack. I can't sing like the dudes at the beginning of the movie that was singing into the flaming trash can. I was alive in the 80s and 90s. Did niggas really sing into flaming trash cans? Like, because I don't remember that shit at all. Like, I think I would have remembered that. But besides the point, New Jack City's coming in at number 5. This is one of the best hood movies of all time. Nino Brown's character, played by Wesley Snipes, is probably the most evil dark-skinned nigga in all movie history. Like, ain't no dark-skinned dude more evil than Nino Brown. Like, he was fucking ruthless. Cancel that bitch. I get another one. Only downside to this movie was Ice-T's acting. Chris Rock, people was like, Chris Rock in a serious role. Oh my God. But he killed it in Spooky. It was believable. But then he would do a scene with Ice-T and he would just ruin the whole goddamn scene. Ice-T is the worst rapper turned actor of all times until Law and Order, because he had to do one thing. He was monotone as shit, so it was like it wasn't hard to fuck up his Law and Order character. But in this movie, he was definitely the worst thing that ever happened to this movie. You take Ice-T out and put somebody else in, this movie is Oscar worthy. But he fucked it up, him in his stupid ass trench coat and his fake ass dreads. Fuck Ice-T for this movie, but this movie was fucking amazing. So number 5. Now, this movie right here is number 6, Paid in Full. It was by Rockefeller. Like, Dame Dash and Jay-Z made this movie, and it was fucking amazing. Like, you wouldn't expect much from Dame Dash and Rockefeller. Like, definitely if you seen State Property, like, it was an okay movie, but it was hella trash when you really think about it. But this movie was different. They had real-ass actors in the Cameron. But Cameron did a really good job. It made me feel like Cameron is a really snaky-ass nigga in real life. Like, Cameron can't be fucking trusted because of his character Rico in this movie. Like, I ain't looked at Cameron the same since. I will never buy a Dipset album because of Cameron in this fucking movie. And Mitch, oh my God, Mitch got the worst luck of any street nigga ever. Like, he was on top. This nigga lost his whole family, his crew, then he got killed his damn self. Like, they killed this, oh my God. I think about Mitch, man, I just get so goddamn sad and depressed. And then this scene right here, my man was crying. He was like, yo, they all dead. They mama dead. They pastor dead. They cat dead. They uncle dead. The cashier that checked them out at the grocery store dead. If you didn't feel Mitch's pain during this scene, you're dead inside. Something's wrong with you. You might be a Cameron Rico ass nigga if you didn't cry when he dropped that. Look how HD that tear is HD as fuck. This movie came out in the 2000s, and we didn't even have HD then, but that tear's always been high definition. Look at that tear, man. That tear thick as that tear is like an inch thick. Like, that's real emotion right there. My man deserved the Oscar, man, from this. They all dead. But fucking, they all dead, man. I'm about to cry looking at this, man. Fucking rest in peace, Mitch. Fuck. Number 6.
I need him back, man.
Now we're on to number 7. The craziest fucking hood movie ever fucking made. Like, this movie was balls to the fucking wall, violent as shit. Like, this movie was the reason my grandma didn't let me hang out with the hood friends. Like, all my hood niggas, my grandma was like, no, you stay your black ass in the house, because she was too afraid that they was fucking Kane and Old Dog I was about to go kick it with. And if she seen this movie, I can't help but to understand why she didn't let me hang with niggas like that. Everybody my grandma didn't let me hang with is either dead or in jail. And everybody in this movie is dead or in jail because they was crazy as fuck. Why was Old Dog somebody's best friend? This nigga was a straight up sociopath. And this nigga in the white shirt is in every hood movie ever. Like, honestly, it wouldn't be hood movies if this nigga didn't exist. Because, like, I feel like the hood movies are based off of his stories. Like, this is just his stories being told out because he's in all these fucking movies. He getting stumped the fuck out in this one by fucking violent ass protagonist Kane. Like, why was he the good guy in this movie? Like, Kane was looked at as the good guy. This nigga was violent as shit. Like, lock this nigga the fuck up. Everybody was sad he got shot. I was like, good, thank God. Oh my God, why is the wood on this list? Because it's my goddamn list. Like, I know somebody gonna have a problem with it. I'm already triggered just knowing the comment section is gonna be like, why is the wood on here? Why it isn't Shadas? Why is it not Belly? Because hood is more than just super violent shit. Like, the hood is more than people just getting shot the fuck up and dying and selling drugs. Yes, this movie had a little bit about that, but this was just about some black kids that grew up in the hood, that was in high school, went to prom, got some pussy, fought a couple niggas. It was just a real ass life. Like, honestly, I could have been either one of these dudes from the wood. I could have been either one of them. My friends could have been either one of them. This shit was so relatable to me. I can't, like, all these other hood movies, like, I've seen a lot of shit growing up in the hood. I have experienced, I've cried, I've bled, I've been in some shit that I probably should be locked up for right now. To this day, I should be locked up for the shit that I did. But this movie right here was just like regular ass people. Like, I'm a regular black dude in the hood. This wasn't a movie about niggas. This is just a movie about 3 fucking best friends growing up, and then they flash back to when they were kids. And it was a beautiful movie. It didn't need all that. Even the violent and gangster scenes had comedy in them. And I remember a lot of times I've been in some crazy situations and I left laughing. Like, oh shit, man, you see how he beat that nigga ass? Oh shit, man, that shit was crazy. Good thing we lived through it. The wood.
Come on. And you niggas is wasting time. Come on. Man, I'm gonna take you to the den. Come on, man.
OG motherfucking Bobby Johnson. You know how long I thought Deuce was a real gang? Like, I remember at one point I was telling people, like, I remember in the 90s, everybody wanted to be in the gang and shit. And motherfucker was like, I was a church boy. I ain't know shit about gangs. And they were like, yo, what gang you said, what set you claiming, what gang you in? And I was like, Deuce, baby. Them niggas looked at me like I was fucking crazy. They was like, Deuce, what colors y'all repping? I'm like, black bandana, baby, deuce, baby, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was OG Bobby Johnson. Not really, though, but if you ask me and you didn't know me, I was OG Bobby Johnson. I was at least this nigga. Like, this movie it tackled some real ass shit. Like, this movie was about hood life and the consequences of hood life and how you should act after those consequences. Like most hood movies just end it, like it start, oh, we super violent, we super gangster, and then in the middle of the movie it was like, oh, some super violent, super gangster shit happened, oh no, and then by the end of the movie it was like, oh, we died and went to jail because the super violent and gangster shit we did. This movie, this motherfucker OG Bobby Johnson actually learned some shit, and you can't say that about a lot of hood movies. Niggas don't learn shit in these hood movies. This nigga did. He even went and saved his son. Like, he was like, you know what, I'm getting out of jail. I learned a lot while I was locked up. I want to change my life. I want to save my son. Sorry, I was choking. I want to save my son, and he did that shit. OG Bobby Johnson is a real one. This movie don't get enough credit. Number 9, South Central. I know. Y'all like, what the fuck? He put Baby Boy in here? Yes, I put Tyrese bald-head ass on here. And here's why. This is the millennials fucking hood movie. This ain't Nino Brown. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the crack epidemic. This is just a dude with some baby mamas that live with his mama, and the mama moved a new nigga in. He think he's stepdaddy. Y'all two niggas get into a fight because y'all are like, I'm the alpha man. I was here first. Nigga, I've been through this. I was Jody, nigga. I was riding a bike once. Like, I feel Jody. Like, I wasn't a piece of shit like this nigga was. But actually, maybe I was a piece of shit like Jody, and I just didn't realize it like Jody. I've been hit like this too. Number 10, Baby Boy. This some real shit. Yo, if you like this top 10 and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like it. Share it. Tell your people.